Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and we're looking at a Russian sci-fi horror movie. Well, it's kind of like low on the horror to me. It's got those creature aspects to it, but especially dangerous creature aspects to it. But it's more of a sci-fi thriller, I guess, is what I would want to call it. And again, I use those terms, both sci-fi and horror, a little less. But yeah, it's called Sputnik, released in 2020, and I heard about this movie in a discussion, like in a YouTube channel's discussion about recently released sci-fi horror movies that are went below the radar but are pretty good. So I wanted to definitely watch it, and it was on Netflix. So Sputnik it's completely in Russian, but you have English subtitles, so it's pretty easy for me to actually follow. Although there were a couple of moments where I had to go back and check and see exactly what, because it didn't really click at that time. It kind of happens, especially if your attention is a little away. But it is basically about these two. I mean, basically a Russian cosmonaut, and it's set in the year 1983. He and his fellow cosmonaut, they were on a mission above the Earth, and they find a shadow of a possible alien life passing through one of the port windows. And the next thing you know, the shuttle crashes, or the pod crashes on in the Kazakhstan in the wilderness, and the other cosmonaut is dead, but Konstantin is badly injured, so he's taken in. And then there is this doctor named, she was a psychiatrist, Tatiana Kilmova. She is known. She's actually under review for her controversial methods in trying to get results. So she's about to be fired. The military comes in the form of Colonel Semiradov. He tells her that I want your approach because I've got a cosmonaut who seems to have episodic amnesia, and I need you to help him out. So she goes in. She finds that she's not initially told the exact reason. She finds that he's actually brought back the extraterrestrial alien life form inside him. So apparently this creature has gotten inside him, and what happens is when he's asleep, this thing comes out. It curls itself into a ball in his esophagus, and it comes out when he goes to sleep. And while it comes out, it releases a particular toxin that basically sedates him completely, and then it comes out, and it attacked a lab technician, and that's what they want to see. Why this thing is there? Is it how hostile is it, and all that stuff? That's what she's told. However, Tatiana continues her research, and she finds that this this is kind of like a symbiote, and it's actually sharing. Like Constantine is actually aware. Basically, there's a lot of back and forth. She tries to goad him on by seeing whether when he gets angry, will this thing come out, and all that stuff. So he's apparently abandoned a child of his, an illegitimate child of his, who's now living in a orphanage. However, in the talks, it comes out that Constantine is trying to get out, get better and get out, because he wants to make amends to his son. And we later find out that the alien creature basically is attracted to the chemical cortisol, which is secreted in the brain when you have fear. So the creature looks at its prey, try to scare it, and when you are scared, it can sense the cortisol in your brain, and it attacks. So it basically hits your head, and then feeds on the enzyme that is released. So I found that to be pretty out there. It's definitely something different, unique also. But yeah, I've been told that there are some predators who actually do. I am finding it difficult because the mosquitoes are actually biting me quite a bit. Some creatures actually do look at scaring their prey, and they kind of get off on it, I suppose. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure if that's actually science fiction that I'm remembering, or actually about animals. So she finds out that this creature they are allowing the creature to feed off prisoners, um, criminals basically, and pretty soon she finds out constantly is actually aware of what's happening, but she wants to rescue him, and you know, because they're looking, she finds out they're actually trying to make it into a weapon and win the this is about during the Cold War, but anyway, win defeat against any enemy, and she wants to help him, so that's the basic thing. So, and there was one more thing about the reason why it chose to live inside him and not the other cosmonaut, was because he had a he was at the early stages of cancer, and because of that particular cancer is it creates the something called Addis disease as well. So this thing is allergic to the effects of the Addis disease, and a chemical that is released during that time. So they try to use that to defeat the alien as well. I'm not going to tell you how the movie ends. I think you should definitely watch it. It is it's pretty entertaining, I would say. It's okay. It's not a bad movie in any sort. Almost completely, I would say almost completely engrossed in the movie, especially towards the end. The movie does pick up quite a bit towards the last, maybe like half an hour to 40 minutes. And it does lag a little bit towards the end. But yeah, the build off I think was pretty good. And, so you need to definitely watch it to find out what happens. I'm going to give this movie, in terms of, like I said, sci-fi horror. Yes, the sci-fi aspects are there. Yes, the horror elements are there. But for me, it's actually kind of low on horror. There's only a couple of moments where, a little bit of jump scare coming in, but that's basically it. I will actually give this movie a 7.5 out of 10 because I think in terms of, looking at something of an alien creature coming on Earth and feeding off on humans, it's actually kind of different. So 7.5 out of 10, not bad. Thank you guys. Good night.